Hello and welcome to the Overwatch Oasis League. My name is Charles Tang, joined tonight at the desk by Wukong and Bambi. Super exciting matchup to show you guys tonight as we have Rogue Knights taking on Valkyries here in Tier 2 of the Overwatch Oasis League. How are we doing, folks?
Pretty good.
Super.
Wukong, how are we?
Very excited for this map.
Yeah, we got Rogue Knights and Valkyries facing off, both of them with 1-1 records so far this season. Of course, Rogue Knights just barely squeaking out a bit of a nail-biter against Bushido Banzai last season, having to clutch it out on a map 5, eventually taking the series 3-2. Both these teams now looking to turn their seasons into positive records. Both teams we know left over from last season as well. Rogue Knights especially having a very strong end in the playoffs, reaching the semifinals unless I'm mistaken. So they're hoping to put together a winning team. Last round, Rincewash, Fat Cat, and Sean the Ginger on the starting lineup. All 6 of whom I believe are mainstays of this team and have been around for multiple seasons and years as well. And on the side of Valks, on the tank line with Professor Oak and Balake face teaming up together. On the ball, Reinhardt looks like. On the DBS lineup, we have the Pookie Spooky combo. And on the support lineup, we have Ravioli Stain and Book of Sorrows. Kicking off here on Lijiang Tower, we're going to be downtown here. Ryan Zarya lineup coming out from Rogue Knights and a very conventional May Reaper lineup as well. But it looks like Valks are going to get to point first. It'll be super interesting to see Professor Oak Dugs on that Wrecking Ball to get things started, open the map up.
Dude, Rincewash is someone I haven't seen before. I like seeing new people here. Definitely be watching them a bit.
Well, speaking of, Rincewash is going to throw the wall up, but that is not enough to stop Balake from running over the last round. A great fire strike coming out here. And look at the Ultra on Balake compared to Eldritch over here. They're getting to able to make this work. And Spooky means with a triple kill to finally lock down the point. The capture has came through as well as we were speaking, and Valks are now leading with a 10-0 advantage so far. Professor Oak very close to the minefield. Those hamster droppings able to come out as well. Wukong, the Riptide already to go.
He's pretty good with the rolls, but he got taken out right here. As I said that. So.
Yeah, the tire is not going to do anything as Wukong is going to cast her curse as immediately as the series starts. Rincewash, though, still unable to get too much value out of the maker. It Beezers to take down Pookie, and the beat is going to connect. The sound barrier here is from John the Ginger finding everybody. A Shatter coming out, not quite connecting. Professor Oak is getting chucked down lower and lower. Balake is not coming back. A massive Shatter finding two. That front line is going to be able to stay alive, though, as Beezer and Eldritch help each other out to take down Balake. Maybe a little bit overzealous with that investment. Pookie, though, is going to hang on to that high noon, and as we speak, Professor Oak is still going to saw at this point adaptive shields in play here, and somehow manages to last until the Lucia Bookataurus is going to be able to get it. Balake is showing here a little bit late and is now an ult battery for Rogue Knights here a little bit. A very strong start from both teams, but looks like a whole bunch of ultimates are now online on the side of Rogue Knights here, Wukong.
Eldritch are kind of showing a huge impact with the tank here. I saw them on the kill feed a lot in this fight.
Alright, so it looks like Rincewash was here hiding with the Maywall, and an enormous grab coming out here. Pookie's going to delete it immediately. The Blizzard is there to follow up as well. The Soundbarrier Book of Sorrows connects with the entire team, but it's not enough to stop this onslaught of triangle button presses coming out here on the side of Rogue Knights. Now, you do expend a good amount of ultimates here, but you have 3 of them back online for the next fight, Wukong.
Yeah, bro. Oh, sorry. I think Rogue Knights here have pushed it back, gained the upper hand in this fight.
Alright, the second tire of the map so far coming out, finding Sean the Ginger this time. A massive shatter, finding 3. Last round connects with the Deadeye. Beezer getting a kill as well. Eldritch showing that main tank difference. Rogue Knights are unstoppable so far. Another flurry of ultimates are going to combine here very, very neatly. Rinswash is going to take down Professor Oak as well. We have Spooky Memes here stuck over on the side, unable to go back into spawn, and last round is going to take them out. Closing on last fight territory now. Valkyries are going to have the minefield and the Earth Shatter online as well. Both tanks ready to go. Pookie coming out on the signature Genji here, about to do some damage. The mines are going to deploy. Sean the Ginger is there with the sound barrier. Make sure you don't drop the beat straight into those mines, my friend. Backhat is going to go down though, and the Shatter here finds 2, as it looks like Valkyries are going to start to gain the upper hand. The flashback comes into Balaki, and able to take them down though, as last round is forced to back off just a little bit. Looks a little bit like stall territory here. Sean the Ginger taking out Spooky Memes, but Pookie and Balaki getting so much work done. Beezer and last round are going to be taken out. Now it just looks like Rinswash left on the point. Eldritch is going to try and touch. Rogue Knights here steaming in here, but Sean the Ginger taking out as well. A triple melee kill coming from Valks. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. And now Wukong, we're closing in a bit of a nail-biter finish to this point.
They brought it back hard. Like, I was thinking Rogue Knights was going to keep the hold, but Valkyries proved me wrong again.
Alright, the third tire of the round is now going to come out over the top, and around it goes, and it's a double kill. Sean the Ginger and Beezer are both going to be taken out here, and Rogue Knights are going to be forced to reset, but we have that OT about to creep up on us, just 8 seconds left. Can anybody touch here? They're going to have to go hard and go fast, and now without the speed boost of Sean the Ginger as well, can they touch? Yes, they can. The more able to fade on the point, back getting so much work done. Rinswash with a great blizzard here, and the grab is going to catch Balaki. Balaki gets taken out so quickly, as the High Noon is going to come out last round with the Deadeye just to flex. Oh my goodness, Rogue Knights do manage to clutch that fight on to secure the first point here on Lijiang Tower.
Never get too comfortable. Those last fights can be game-breaking.
That was ridiculous. We went from, well, I went from at least, remember Wukong, I'm low plat, so what do I really know about this game? But, yeah, we went from thinking that Rogue Knights weren't going to be able to touch to getting a double kill online suddenly. It looked like Fat Cat was able to fade and then use the Coalescence for the speed to touch. And I believe it was Rinswash was there with the Blizzard to get a kill as well. And Rogue Knights then just had the number advantage to clutch that out. Some really, really big plays coming out from some key players here on the side of Rogue Knights. Now, Wukong, they're going to just keep Professor Oak on the Wrecking Ball here.
I mean, if it Ball is a great pick here. Like, see what the little, like, what do they call it, the little courtyard here.
Speaking of, the ball is going to roll through. It's just going to bop Eldritch around a little bit. Eldritch gets turned into half health already. He's going to need a little help from Fat Cat over here. Rinswash going down early to Book of Sorrows Lucio. And now we have Spooky Memes on the Hanzo here, taking an off angle down, but wrapping around behind Rogue Knight. That's going to be able to, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. You know, Fat Cat last man eventually avenging them, but not before Valks are going to manage to get first capture of the point yet again here on Lijiang.
They're great. Spooky Me switching to Hanzo is a very difference maker right here.
Yeah, the Hanzo is going to be pretty difficult to deal with, as they're going to play some off angles and look behind, and in conjunction with the disruption of Professor Oak on the Wrecking Ball here, that's going to be a lot to contend with here. Now, both Reinhardts are going to charge into each other. The big German Knights just tapping nipples super quickly. The High Noon is going to come out, but the Deadeye is ineffective. Ravioli State is going to commit and utilize this Coalescence to take out Rinswash here. Sean Legend and Professor Oak now both out of the fight. Balake continues to stand with such low HP, does not use the Earth Shatter. It looks like Valkyries are going to take that eco fight. Just going to stall this out for as long as possible. We have Bokasara's doing what Lucio's do best here, and the Genji's going to have to touch Pookie now. It's going to be such a nuisance and so difficult to clear off the point, especially with Professor Oak spinning around here. And Rogue Knights finally, after a 10% delay, are going to be able to capture the point. And Professor Oak going down here is going to buy them a little more time as well. Sean the Ginger here now with the sound barrier online here as Eldritch is looking forward to getting that Shatter off. Alright, that backline's gonna be taken out at the wall there, going to protect their team. Sean the Ginger with the sound barrier as well, but Focusaros is there to match. Eldritch is a great kill there with the coordination with Rincewash, who does just get taken out by Spooky Memes. A great flurry of headshots coming out here as Spooky Memes turns that into a double. Pookie with a dash to Sean the Ginger as the big slam comes out from Professor Oak, and it looks like a really quick and decisive fight. It started off pretty optimistic for Rogue Knights, but Valks was just able to clutch that out, forcing last round to jump off the map to reset as well. Rogue Knights are just going to take it easy here and regroup, waiting for the combo. I believe that Blizzard Grab is going to be the name of the game here.
Oh, brother. Grab. Oh, okay, yeah, Blizzard Grab. I would have expected.
Blizzard Grab comes out. Pookie is now with the blade out, katana in hand. Professor Oak gets a double kill with the slam. Spooky Memes charging up that dragons, but I don't think they're going to need to use it. Valkyries now 97% and ticking. Can anybody touch? Spooky Memes sends the Hanzo Dragons down spawn as well, and we are tied up here on Lijiang Wukong.
So definitely the ball was a good pick for Professor Oak here. Definitely great pick for him.
Well, not only that, it looked like Pookie reflected the grab. I was confused there for a second, but yeah, I was so excited to watch Beezer grab, and then I just watched a bunch of blue outlines be clumped up together here. That was the key here. I think Beezer getting the grab reflected, so the Blizzard wasn't nearly as effective, and Pookie was able to charge a blade off of that. So now it looks like no more ball for Professor Oak. Both teams not running out with the Rhine Azaria combo. The Somber of Rincewash is going to be key here. As it looks like Valkyries are going to get to the server room just a little bit quicker. I really think it's going to get hacked out, and Sean the Ginger will be the first one down in this fight. Ooh, Beezer in a little bit of trouble here, and he's going to fall back to cover here. Spooky Memes with a double kill onto the Rogue Knights lineup here, and they are forced to back out Wukong.
He's coming back with the Junkrat this time, trying to see if he works in this map, and he is on top of everything right here.
Yeah, last round is going to take out Pookie here as well, so you're absolutely right, Wukong. The Junkrat is going to be super effective, especially defensively on this point. Now the happens to come up from Rincewash as Balaka is forced to retreat. No shield, no health, but a bubble and lots of friendship. But that's not enough. Balaka is going to go down. The power of healing and friendship is not going to be enough to keep them alive through that fight. Back out last round into those cleanup kills as well. Rogue Knights once again losing the point first, and then with a super speedy recovery to recapture here on Legion.
There's been a lot of back and forth a bit between these two teams. One team claims it, the other team claims it. I think they're evenly matched.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Really close matchup between both teams as the Moira is perfectly on cue. Press Q together, and we have a massive EMP coming from Rincewash. The 6-man EMP block. Sorry, Eldritch and Sean the Ginger are going to start off the fight with 2 kills. But the Tire is there to answer, and Eldritch on Fire Strike onto the Riptire. Spooky Memes Junkrat is going to be unable to find any kills with that Riptire, and as I say, that Rincewash is going to the Ravioli Stain as well. A bit of a triangle party here from both teams, and Rogue Knights come out on top. Quick thinking from Rincewash with the EMP, the Balake Shatter unable to connect. Too many targets, and the follow-up was not there. Oh my goodness, the counter Shatter was there, and the counter grab is there as well. Professor Oak kind of unable to find too much value with the grab. Pookie's going to go in with the blade, hacking, slashing, and dicing away with a double kill here with the Dragon Blade. So it looks like the fight is well and alive for the Valks. Rincewash is here harassing that backline. Ravioli's getting chunked down super low, and it looks like it's just Sean the Ginger looking to stall this point out. A crazy beginning to that fight. It looks like a little bit of miscoordination. Professor Oak let the grab rip just as Balake stepped over to the right, and because Balake was there, they were unable to block Eldritch's Shatter, which did connect, but Pookie was able to clutch that out with a Dragon Blade. Scrappy, yes. Scuffed, Yes, entertaining, absolutely. Eldritch now with a 5-strike kill onto Pookie as well. The trap is set on not quite catching anybody as Eldritch now swinging forward, getting so close to another Earth Shatter. The Deadeye is going to come up from last back here on the right side and not able to quite find anybody. A great bubble coming to block and keep them up. That's too little too late. Eldritch is just destroying your backline. That Reinhardt with the 50 HP armor buff is going to be so deadly to contend with. Professor Oak, a late death here as it looks like Valkyries may struggle to get a full 6-man contest here in overtime.
And then Sean and Ginger still has beat to drop here, so their defense is going to be huge to get better fight in.
Oh, the Earth Shatter isn't going to find anybody. Balaki maybe a little bit overzealous there. They have 4 seconds left remaining. Balaki is going to be able to touch, as is Book of Sorrows here, but they both give up massive amounts of resources and health pools to get there. Professor Oak is going to slam down here as Book of Sorrows is going to be hacked out, and a hacked Lucio is, well, not a, yes, dead Lucio. Pookie now maybe with another clutch of their lifetime, but Eldritch swings the hammer back at the katana. The melee weapons duel, and the bigger one is going to win. The Riptide not finding anybody. Not quite sure how that happened. It looks like that was a guaranteed double kill for Spooky Memes, but it is all for naught as Rogue Knights lock down the point, lock down the map, and they lead the series 1-0.
I feel like they shut down the Junkrat, Rogue Knights did, but they were having a little trouble with Genji.
Yeah, the Genji of Pookie is going to be super difficult to contend with, especially in a composition where you have the kind of wrecking ball of Professor Oak here causing havoc in the backline. So Pookie definitely making the supports on Rogue Knights work for a living, and we've seen them single-handedly clutch out fights before, no less deflecting that grab on Gardens on Lijiang Tower. We have Skyo, Mantis in chat. How we doing, Mantis? I believe they were first in chat. Yellow's here as well. Hello, Chaotic Phoenix. Red Hood Kitty. How are you, Kitty? Always nice to see you. Kitty is always in chat to support me and me only and nobody else. For the records, Kitty is not friends with anybody else on this current casting desk and is only here for me. Yes. Strawberry's here as well. Seth Trollin's Crypto. Always nice to see you guys. We're already ticking up to 26, 27 viewers. Toku is here as well. Rogue Knights are 1-0 up on Valkyrie, to answer your question. Nation's Most Wanted. Hello. I'm here for Charles, is what they're saying. I don't know who that is, but I can ask around. Hello. I'm here for
sorry.
Charles, is what
I
they're
thought you'd
saying.
like to hear your voice.
Oh, Wukong, just the things to do. Rogue Knights here with a super brawly composition as they take the lead here in the Overwatch Oasis League, and really happy with the Rein Zarya so far, Wukong.
What was that?
Rogue Knights really making the brawl compositions work with the Rein Zarya.
Oh yeah, the Eldritch on Rein was just a huge difference maker. Shutting down that Genji with the blade was like very clutch in there, and to just get them on top of the win at the end right there. And
Valks are a team that we know they've been scrimming well, but above all, we know that they have been running some unconventional compositions in their scrims, and we see that with Professor Oak trying to make the wrecking ball work, and a lot of times getting pretty close to getting a lot of work done there. So definitely not a team to count out. A very strong display from both sides. Like I said, Pookie with a great display on the Genji. And I mean, anything else to look out for specifically here, Wukong, that we see from Valkyries?
They just gotta, I think, shut down their main key players. I think gravity's gonna be a big problem for Valkyries.
Yeah, we've seen your Gravity get a lot of work done here in the league at a Tier 3 level. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is your Gravity's first season playing in Tier 2. Congratulations, your Gravity also one of only 2 pickups for Rogue Knights this season. They're, famously a super stable composition and team lineup, so they've been together. I know they've been together a couple seasons. Some players even playing years together. Even, and Clan Tag and Uravity, I believe, are their only new pickups this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I usually am wrong. There's some pros and cons, right? when you come into a completely new roster, it's really exciting. You get to build something from the ground. But when you come into an established roster like this, you're going to have to fit in socially, make friends with new people that are already friends with each other, and that's not super easy. But on the bright side, coming into an org like Rogue Knights, you have a very structured leadership style. You have a very clean playstyle to fit into, and we know their leaders in game and in and out of the maps and in and out of Discord like Fat Cat to keep everybody in check. So, really excited to see what Uravity is able to do here. We know they've been getting lots of game time, especially last week against Bushido Banzai. So. It's going to be a great opportunity for them to show what they have at the tier 2 level.
I see you're rocking the Australian flag.
Yeah, you gotta rock the Aussie flag. I'm gonna be moving there in less than a month, Wukong. So I'm trying to gain some favor with the people down under. Talk me through Hollywood, Wukong. What should we be expecting to see, and what positions are we expecting to see here on point A defense?
Well, if Eldra's been doing really well on Ryan, I think Uravity will probably take that off-tank role, or probably come up with a double shield. Rinsforce has been doing really good with every hero they pick, so I wouldn't stop him from going through another May on defense here. As for, I don't really know what the other three play, the last Brown or that Fat Cat or Beezer, but I'm sure Rogue Knights are really well diverse with their heroes, so I'm sure they'll be able to pick. I haven't seen Pookie memes on tank before, but this will be interesting. The Hunter, he's good on tank, and I think I don't remember what they played, but it's gonna be a good match right here.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Rogue Knights are interesting because they look so clean and so very coordinated running this brawl playstyle, but we do also know that they really enjoy playing a dive and consider that their strongest composition. Even coming out and saying that given the chance, they're very, very much down to run a defensive dive. But I mean, it doesn't matter how much you like a defensive dive. If your brawl is as good as the Rogue Knights brawl, then you just that's kind of what you're going to stick with, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just like you said, Wukong, it looks like Hunter and Spooky memes are going to come in on the tank line. So a brand new tank line coming in from Valks, maybe taking Professor Oak out now that the ball isn't super necessary. We know Beagle is on this roster as well, probably one of the best, better if not one of the best Roadhogs in the league. We're yet to see an appearance from them tonight. Last Pookie is going to be joined by Antpo on the DPS lineup now. Will be really exciting to see how they combine. And last but not least, we have Ravioli and Professor Oak on the support lineup.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
So it looks like a double barrier defense here. Both teams are still going to opt for the Rhine, who, like I said earlier, is going to be so strong after the recent buffs. Antpo is going to sneak up on the high ground here, already getting chunked down super low, waiting for some healing before going back in. The Reaper is going to be just waiting and biding the time to engage, but a Genji is now on the backline here. Both DPS have found their way into the cafe, forcing the Ash of last round off that high ground. Rogue Knight's kind of in a pinch here, having to be forced to look in both positions, but if they are able to get first pick, which they do, the fight is going to be now totally in their favor, as it's going to be pretty easy to divide and conquer. That's not where the Genji wants to be, stuck in a really awkward position, but a massive Bionade is going to land from Professor Oak, and Spooky Memes are going to stand from Eldritch as they're unable to be healed up. Rincewash now is going to stand Ravioli, seeing that's a lovely red is going to come out from Fat Cat as well. Last round setting Pookie alight. That man melting in that metal armor here to the Dynamite as Uravity and Eldritch are going to get a kill apiece as well. But Valkyries are going to secure a tick and get that progress online.
First tick. Oh, they did get the first tick. I didn't even notice them get the first tick. I was concentrating on the line. They have window coming up from the side of Valkyrie.
Indeed they do. We have Ravioli staying on the Batiste with the Amp Matrix ready to go. They come onto the high ground here and they just look to buy their time before engaging further, trying to make sure everybody's healed up. Ooh, the pull almost getting BX Hunt here onto the low ground, but it looks like finally the entire team of the Valks are going to be able to wrap up and wrap forward. Pookie is going to take him down as, Beezer is there now. It's not a window, it's a cinema! Rincewash shooting the Molten Core through it, as well as Rogue Knights once again playing a very slow playstyle, a very patient playstyle. And once Valkyries expend that energy and expend those resources to get forward, Rogue Knights are there with the headshots, with the cooldowns, with the CC, with their mastery over the tempo of the game, using the point as a resource, using capture progress as a resource, and they're able to clutch fights out. Very reminiscent of Season 1 and 2 Overwatch League New York Excelsior game style. Nanoblade is going to come out, and Fat Cat is going to be the first one down, and Thanos once said, no resurrections this time. Ravity is going to go down as well. Rincewash, though, with the Rivet gun straight between the eyes of Pookie. The pin is going to come out from Eldritch, but that looks like too little too late, as Pookie means going to counterpin and take them out as well. The Immortality Field is out as well from Ravioli's team, but I don't think that's going to be super necessary, as it's just clean up duty remaining here from the Valkyries. We have Strawberry away in chat saying that the Valks tank look a little bit scared, which I suppose is fair enough, right? Because when, especially on a map like Hollywood, you have your Rhine Sigma combo, you get onto the high ground or you get onto this flank and you square up, you expect Rogue Knights to move, but they just kind of sit there and invite that pressure on. And as a tank player trying to pass, that can be very unsettling. And last round, as I was here, Spin Truth and Spin Fact has secured themselves a triple kill. Pretty stylish way to start off streets here in Hollywood. Not only that, Valkyries are now being held as in one of what is the most difficult checkpoints to push through here, through this archway here in Hollywood, as Pookie is going to switch over to that Widow, hoping for a little more explosive and pick favorable playstyle.
Another Shatter and Drum coming online for the side of Rogue Knights, which I feel would be a good combo to do.
Yeah, lots of ultimates. Lots of ultimates ready to go here. Pookie is going to come onto the high ground, just take a smattering of turret damage before being forced down. Now sitting on this low ground, not quite sure what the best engaged position in this is, and now being caught out, Beezer is going to be able to force them back. And as we're focused on this Widow fight, it looks like the window of Ravioli scene is now in full effect, and Rogue Knights, recognizing the power of the home theater, are forced to drop back around the corner.
Let's see, a big triangle party or a on the rooftop. Taking it to the roof, that's something I
Alright, 3 players being caught in this flux, protected by an immortality field, but too little too late. Eldritch, Beezer, last round, both go down. Very ballsy res from Eldritch over here, and that Reinhardt is probably going to end up being either Mincemeat or Eldcharge, but no, they do manage to get out as well. And the key part here is not only do they manage to start pushing the card forward and getting some progress going, Pookie is going to be able to set up on the roof of the county jail here and hopefully be able to dominate the sightlines for the rest of this fight.
I think they baited them to go up there to take them all out. That was...
oh my goodness! The Amp Matrix is combined with the bongos for a massive fire strike from Eldritch. Beezer, Ravioli saying, sorry, did not stand a chance, and it looks like a very, very straightforward recapture here for Rogue Knights. 3, 2, 1, press triangle. It looks like Fat Cat is going to have used the Valk as well. So no ultimates online here for Rogue Knights, as we have two key ultimates. We can get a nano boosted shatter coming out of Spooky Beams, but it's going to be hard for them to land. A, because they're going to have to rush to point and touch card, but B, because there are two shields that they're going to work their way around here. Spooky Memes now ready to go. Pinning in, touching the card, we have OD triggered now, as Nano Boost is going to be able to come through. Spooky Memes with the not a massive shatter, because it looks like Uravity is going to hit L1 just in time, but Ampo is there on the high ground with the triple kill. Uravity is back. Is that Resurrection what it takes to stall this out? Probably not, because a lovely anti-nade is going to come out as well. The bomb is going to pin off point. I'm not sure about that decision of last round to use the bomb to stall out the Cardi, because I don't think this is going to be a fight they're going to be able to win. And just as I say that, the cart rolls through the checkpoint, and we're going to head inside a warehouse here of Hollywood now. Oh no, Rinswatch is going to get pretty brutally staggered, but Eldritch is there to help. Rogue Knight still in full retreat and damage control mode as they look to regroup. Eldritch now being anti-nated yet again. We have Professor Oak switching off the ball onto the Ana, two very different roles, but still able to get so much work done. The Bionades have been absolutely massive so far in this fight. Beezer is going to be taken down nice and early here thanks to a Fire Strike assisted by the Amp Matrix. It looks like Ampo was going to die 8 or 9 times there, but Eldritch somehow not managed to kill him. Looks like Ampo had all the peel in the world there. Now Amp Matrix is now going to be deployed from Beezer as well as back out with the Falcon ready to go. Last round team now VX Hunter here as a huge shatter comes out from Eldritch, finding 4-5 on the ground, getting the kill onto Ravioli State as well, and the shatter is going to help them clinch out this fight, and unable to find anybody with that Riptire, so it's now once again up to Spooky Memes to push forward with the Earth Shatter in overtime.
Yeah, 10 seconds left here. They're gonna try to push it.
Coming to one fight territory, we have BX on here now onto the ball and they're already so low. Both are Ryan's tap nipples here, and it looks like Spooky Beams is forced to retreat. The Shadow not finding anybody. Rinse watching Eldritch and they kill a piece. There's so many kills coming out from both sides here, but it looks like Rogue Knights are going to have what it takes to clutch it out. Spooky Beams getting nanoed last second. Nope, not nanoed, sorry, they were on fire from Rinswash's Molten Core there. Very solid attack from the Valkyries, though. They're unable to complete the point, but they're able to get it right until the end of point C will come.
Two players I've seen stand out a lot the last two maps. Rincewash and Eldritch. Two people, like, I've been seeing a lot of game-changing plays by them too.
You know, fair enough. This is going to be a super fun time to see what Rogue Knights come up with here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I've watched them try the dive here on this point. So right now it looks like a debate comp is going to come out. Couldn't be my team running Bastion in a league game. Will never, could never, and have never thought of doing that on the White Walkers. That's not a thing we'll ever do. Beezer onto the signature Lucio. I think Rogue Knights here blessed with so many good main supports players. We have Beezer, Fat Cat here running the Lucio Mercy, and of course we have Sham the Ginger getting some crazy work done on the Lucio as well. So a really, really strong support lineup for Rogue Knights has so far been the key to their success. Now it's up to Professor Oak and Ravioli State to try to match that. As we have seen earlier, Professor Oak had some incredible Bionades coming out on the Ana to make it work.
Eldritch on the ball here.
Alright, so indeed it is a dive coming up from Rogue Knights, and they were able to secure high ground pretty quickly and handily. Eldritch is going to go for a bit of a mad flank here, forcing point, but Pookie is going to take down Rincewash. Is that a safe resable position? Yes it is. Fat Cat is going to have that stat sheet again. Beezer diving in to take out Pookie. What a Lucio player coming in here, as Eldritch is going to take the point up into the air. Pookie is going to be res as well, but not before Ampo is taken down. I believe Valkyries are still playing 5 versus 6 here, and it's just full stall territory. Pookie's in a little danger here, getting chunked down so low, being chased down by Fat Cats. Mercy, the Doc with the Glock with a boop on the nose there to take down Pookie. The Shadow comes out finding Beezer and Urafity over here, so the fight is not lost quite yet. 2 ticks coming online for Rogue Knights now. The ball of Eldritch is back. Adaptive shields are engaged as well, and now the Sound Bearer is deployed. Looks a pretty solid fight for Rogue Knights here, but Valkyries are forcing them to use lots of ultimates. The Demon Bomb comes in into the back, finding Professor Oak. The Barrage finding 2 as well. Pookie eventually getting taken down, but that is too little too late. That being said, that is a lot of ultimates coming out on the side of Rogue Knights that they probably would have been able to save Wukong.
That was a really good, what's it called? I just blanked out on Pharah's ultimate right there, but that was very good. Barrage, yeah. But the Diva Bomb was a little unneeded, but it did get another pick, which is any pick is good as no picks.
I suppose Rogue Knights valuing time, the time bank more than they value their ultimates, which seems fair enough. Speaking of, the hamster droppings are going to go into that bank line here, and that is going to isolate BX Hunter getting chunked down so low, and it's going to get taken down before able, still holding those bongos. Last round, Gravity getting a kill in piece as well. The key of the mines there was not to disrupt the backbone. The key of the mines there was to split off BX Hunter. Perfectly placed from Eldritch over here. Now both tanks of Rogue Knights are quite low. They're going extremely deep to chase these kills, and Spooky Memes is going to get taken out as well. That contest is going to be really, really difficult. Fat Cat is not going to vault to keep everybody safe and sound. Are they able to touch? No, they're not. Valkyries are going to make the decision not to contest this. Can Spooky Memes get out alive? And the answer is yes. So a clean fight is going to start us off here coming into warehouse phase of Hollywood. Oh no! Oh no! Hunter goes super deep to try to contest Rincewash on the Pharah, but that just ended up falling up into the rest of the team here. Last round is going to be taken out here back into their Echo form, not before Anpo is going to peek around the corner and take them out with that old man tack visor. Double hit scans down here for the double flyers on the side of Rogue Knight, fully leading into this dogfight meta. And so far so good. Seems to be working here, playing the Pharah and the Echo.
Oh, there goes another
massive bomb into the backline. Gravity with a double kill. That in the backline is absolutely phenomenal, especially since Spooky Memes was taken up by the minefield of Eldritch here. Eldritch so far so good with the mines placement, and is going to be key to the team locking down this win. Now, is that Mercy going to be able to get back to the spawn? Professor Oak is going to get taken out as well. No contest, no OT. And not much of a time back for Valkyries as Rogue Knights is going to secure the map again. We are 2-0 up here in the Overwatch Oasis League.
Play of the game.
Wristwatch. There he goes. There they go.
Thank you, Golden Neo King. I appreciate you appreciating me saying Pookie. That's a good name. I'm a big fan of the name Pookie. If you weren't here earlier, on map 1 they were paired next to Spooky Meme, so we had Spooky Pookie on the Dambush lineup for Valkyrie, and I kinda wanted to just hand them the win and just call the maps off just purely based on how well that rolled off the tongue, but I felt Jibba would probably come to my house and beat me senseless if I ever did that. Yeah, no, Toku's absolutely right. Toku asking, when did we even play Streets? It looked like Rogue Knights just speed ran that part of the map. Just a bit of a recap. Rogue Knights, as they were engaging, it looks like Eldritch with what looks like a super early set of mines. I almost criticized them as it came out, and then I realized it was to split off any healing and peel BX Hunter was going to be able to get, and the entire team collapsed on them, using the ball to zone out the rest of the team and using the rest of the team's dive mobility to collapse on Narisa. That's textbook play. You love to see it. Rogue Knights here executing their favorite dive composition so very well. Rocky Top with some complaints to Jeff Kaplan here. That's fair enough. Every time I've casted, Fat Cat is on the board as well. I think not only is there a bug with the cards, there's a bug with the MVP system, because she always also seems to come up in those discussions as well in my head. So not quite sure what's going on. Jeff, if you can look into it. Akatosh saying Rogue Knight's taking 0 L's, which is true for tonight, but not for the season. They did lose their season opener, but have since come back rallying super strong, and so far so good against the Valkyries. If I may be so bold to curse them early on in the evening. Psycho Mantis, it looks like Rogue Knights lost to Cosmic Dawn. I remember casting that game as well. Rogue Knights coming out super strong with Busan, and then Cosmic Dawn just clapping back. They, as far as I'm concerned, and Wukong can shed some light on it. Cosmic Dawn are a relatively new org. I don't believe they entered into Tier 2 last season, and they came out and they looked a little bit shaky on map 1, looked a little bit ragged, but the momentum of winning map 2 just kind of carried them to a 3-1 win on week 1. But since then, Rogue Knights come back, squeezed out a super tight win against Bushido Banzai, and now are looking to turn their 1-1 record into a 2-1 record against the Valks.
Yeah, Cosmic Dawn's a new team coming this season, and yeah, that game was very exciting for me watching it. We had an all-star cast of Kirby and Charles there.
Kirby Charles, the classic deadweight carry combo. Which one's which? Who is who? Don't tell me, chat. Let me dream. Let me live.
It's like seeing Real Madrid versus Barcelona right there.
Wukong, are you a Madrid fan? What's going on? You watch football?
Barcelona fan, man. Sorry.
Damn. Wow. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. I'm a Liverpool fan. So.
Oh, Liverpool. Ooh, nice choice, though. Nice choice.
Yeah. It's not a choice. It just happens to you at the age of 4, and it just sticks around. I started watching Liverpool when Roy Hodgson was manager. It was a pretty tough time. I was sad a lot, but now here we are.
I was a huge fan of AC Milan because of their character Ricardo Kaká.
Yeah, Kaká's gonna do that.
He was very good, in my opinion. I always played FIFA. I always scored the most goals with him only. I could not play with any other team.
Kaká was crazy because he moved super gracefully. He just kind of floated across the ground, but when it came down to it, he was also low-key a physical specimen.
Yes.
That nobody really, people kind of slept on how much of an absolute unit Kaká was, and how
yes, exactly.
He was able to float and glide along the ground because he was just an animal. I'm really sad that he went to Madrid in 2011 and it just kind of fell apart for him, but that dude is crazy to watch.
Yeah, he was a silent killer. Nobody thought he was a threat, but he was a huge threat whenever he came on.
Back to Overwatch, though. Back to the meat, off the meat sports onto the esports. On Volskaya now, it looks like Blackade is going to come in and partner Spooky Memes on the tank line for the Valks, Pookie, and Antpo now on the DPS lineup. And it looks like Professor Oak and Book of Sorrows are going to be on the support line. And for Rogue Knights, we have Eldritch and Uravity. Last round and Rincewash sticking around, and Sean, the Ginger, and Bees are coming in now, giving Fat Cat a well-deserved break so far. A reminder on the scoreline, Rogue Knights are up 2-0. They took Lijiang Tower in a 2-1 map. And on Hollywood, Valkyries were able to push it pretty far in OT, but Rogue Knights just looked incredibly dominant on their own offense.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
And Rincewash on the Pharah here. I think they were Pharah last round. Oh no, they were Torbjorn. They're talking.
Yeah, so on the defense, it looks like Valks are going to pull out the Rhine Sigma, which seems like kind of not that there's no real meta in Overwatch right now, but I feel like the Rhine Sigma is as close as to that as we'll get a very classic Reaper McCree combo coming out here with the Mercy Blue Beam to back them both up. Double Flyers and the dive is going to be back for Rogue Knights once again. Something we've seen them run on Volskaya before. If my memory serves me right, last time they ran on Volskaya, it didn't work. They switched to the Brawl and it worked immediately. Pookie now taking out Rinse Watch, but not before Spooky Beams is down as well. No main tank in play on the side of Valkyries, just the Sigma left to survive here. Book of Sorrows gone as well. A huge chunk of Bionade utility and just raw healing prowess is gone, but not if Professor Oak has anything to do about it. A super risky res is going to pay off here. Last round, you're having to kill a piece as well. Rogue Knights on first time of asking, execute the dive and capture the point. Oh, hello? Okay, Spooky Meme steaming in, getting the kill on Beezer, getting deleted immediately as well. With Sean the Ginger just paying respects with a circle button to their fallen teammate and peer here in the shape of Beezer. Rincewash step back from spawn. Rogue Knights here with all the momentum on their side. Both teams running the Wrecking Ball here, so Eldritch and Balake are both on the ham, and Beezer is going to be taken out very, very quickly here, as Valkyrie is just going to be able to reset that momentum that Rogue Knights were able to build up all through that last fight, and Beezer also died at the end of the fight before on point A as well, so it looks like Sean the Ginger will not be there with the res, as that's still on cooldown, so Rogue Knights are just going to spend some time waiting around here. Rincewatch is peppering in those shots up against the hit scan prowess of Pookie, who is backed on Professor Oak's damage boost as well. Anpo on the Sombra is going to be super focused on Eldritch's ball here, and they do get hacked up, but the mines are going to be able to be deployed. The High Noon comes out. Pookie, I don't think, managed to get the High Noon to work. The Deadeye is not deployed. Eldritch with a double kill. Both DPS players are out of the question here, but Rez is there from Professor Oak. The whole hog is going to come out. Last man with the lovely Duke coming out as well. That Echo is going to be so helpful and crucial in these scenarios. Rincewash with the barrage ready as well. Pookie going to take it down. Yes, again, the hit scan prowess is gone from the fight. The Diva Bomb is on point just to clear it out. It looks like Professor Oak is going to try their best. A Mercy Super Jump to solve the point out. The barrage is there. Book of Sorrows falls with the nano deployed now onto Spooky Memes. But Spooky Memes is going to die immediately, unable to charge out that whole hog. An incredibly clinical performance coming out on the side of Rogue Knights. Valkyries struggle to deal with the ferocity and the precision of the Rogue Knights dive.
Valkyries, I felt like they didn't know what to do there. I was watching from their point of view, and it seemed like they just froze up at that last push from the Rogue Knights. Like they were a little intimidated by Eldritch coming in with the ball.
Yeah, they switch over to the Sombra to deal with Eldritch, but by the time they were able to get a hack off, Eldritch had already slammed in, rolled in, deployed mines, and the rest of the dive had collapsed. So Eldritch so far doing an incredible job playing the Wrecking Ball. Super eager to see how they do on the Winston as well. Just as I say that, I tapped my pen to make a note on my notepad, just so I don't forget how the fights go for my MVP discussions, and I just sent, I don't know where my cap went. I sent it flying across the room. It hit my window and made a loud sound, and here we are.
Be careful with those windows.
5, 4.
Toku, fair. Beezer is good, but saying that they're the only one doing anything is a touch strong. Alright, so it looks like Valks are going to match that double flyer and to let the ball rip as well, and the hack is out on the Balake, and now everybody has their ultimates charged off the Wrecking Ball. That's not the start that Valkyries needed here on Volskaya.
I think it's not Blake.
Damn, I read what I see, dog. I don't know what to tell you. But if Blake wants to be called Blake, I'll call him Blake.
From what I've remembered, it was like Bo Lake, but it does look like Bo Lake.
Looks like Valkyries is just going to play a little slow here, switching now onto the Zarya. Ampo is going to be hacked out of the air in a pretty precarious position, but the peel is there from Spooky Memes to keep them alive. Spooky Memes now, pretty aggressive dive coming out. The bubble is there from Blake to keep them alive. As Eldritch is now on the point, zapping away. Pookie is going to be able to take him down. The wings are clipped. Last round is going to take down Ampo as well. The double flyer composition not quite working out here. Pookie was caught out here on the ground, and Ampo caught a shot to the cranium from last round. Pookie's switching on to the Han zone now, Wukong.
Rogue Knights are just very coordinated in each fight right now, and in order for Valkyrie to win here, they need to just start taking out one by one, push in with the last few remaining. Because if they keep attacking him all together here, Rogue Knights are just going to coordinate their attacks back, their defense.
Alright, just forcing point here, hoping to bait Rogue Knights into a dive, but they're also taking a lot of fire from Beezer and Last Brown here, as Eldritch is to take this high ground, diving onto the backline, recognizing that Vox are trying to do the full wraparound. They are going to force their hand and push forward, taking this super advantageous position, and now both teams have switched onto different sides of the map.
Just skip first point, go second point.
Cap second point first, spawn camp them before you kill them.
Oh, and there goes...
Gravity takes down Spooky Memes as Rinswash is going to use the EMP as well. Rogue Knights are looking pretty standard here and pretty safe here. Professor Oak is forced to jump off the map to reset as well. A minute remaining on the clock for Valkyries to get something done here on Volskaya.
It's very one-sided right now, yeah, but I think Valkyrie can at least get this first point and then fight their way to the second.
Alright, you heard it here first. Wukong is officially caster cursed. Thoughts of ever capping the point. We have Uravity with the Diva Bomb ready to go as well. Now just switching sides over, collapsing onto Blake, who is in a pretty awkward position here. So now Spooky Means is now forced to jump in with no bubble, but no worries, the Primal Rage is there. The monkey is indeed very angry. Anpo now getting the nano boost, Professor Oak with the Resident Pookie as well. So we have now the Hanzo set up on the high ground. Never mind, Pookie has jumped down to fight the tanks. I don't know what's going on. Yep, Pookie, yep, you're not going to win a 1v1 versus a monkey. I don't think Gorilla is somebody you want to be in a fight against. Professor Oak getting taken down as well. Just the tanks left to contest. You can even touch. Blake is going to steam forward as the Spooky Memes who gets deleted immediately. Blake now is half health. The grab is going to come out. The dragons from spawn, but that's too little, too late. Valkyries, a dominant display, getting stronger and stronger as the series went on. Clinched the win. 3-0 up so far, but of course we will go to a map 4.
It just felt like a little frustration from the side of Valkyrie that when they were trying to push in, I feel like they could have grouped up a bit more and they could have gotten the point.
So, Wukong, I have now placed a very interesting proposition for chat to decide. Wukong, I have volunteered your services to do play-by-play commentary for this next map.
But you're the best here, so I can't do that.
Wukong, I can color commentate. I can learn. I can be a better man. Wukong has politely declined in the classiest way possible, chat.
We can alternate a little like slower if you want.
Perfect. That's actually called conversational casting, and that's what Brandon and Sideshow do in the Overwatch League. It's super hard to pull off. It's not easy. It's difficult.
I watch a lot of sports, so I get the gist of it, but yeah, it's kind of hard, especially like if I knew the players through and through, I would be easy, but not too familiar with a lot of people here, so.
No, I barely know. I just come out here and read the kill feed. Is all I do.
Read the kill feed.
Yeah, that's the secret, chat. I'm not actually good. I can just read. Didn't mean to flex on you guys by telling you guys I can read, but here we are. Moving on to Rialto here, I think now that the pressure of the series is off the point, I think Rogue Knights and Valkyries are both going to get a little bit creative here. I think we're definitely going to see more ball come out from Eldritch. I'm hoping to see some crazy hit scan action coming out from last round. And you see Gravity switching onto support. That's going to be super interesting. Psycho Mantis, that's exactly what I do. Not full memes aside, full disclosure, literally just read the kill feed, Forehead. If anybody's listening to this and actually needs advice on commentary, please do not read the kill feed because that's super boring. Please do not read the kill feed. But yeah, just read the kill feed, Fivehead. Yeah, on to Rialto, hoping for some sniper duels here, Wukong.
Sniper duels? What about sniper? I was reading chat.
I was reading chat. Running the lobby is Bambi, who is silent casting for us today, but not too silent, I hope, Bambi. How are we doing so far?
I'm doing pretty good.
You know, the 5 seasons I've played, I've never heard Bambi's voice until now.
Bambi voice reveal?
Yeah, for me at least.
I've done commentary on games before.
Oh, you know, I before season 3, I did not pay attention to anybody who they were.
No, last season when Change was still here, me and him would cast things together.
Oh yeah, okay, now I remember.
Throwback to Change 6, dog. Bambi, you should if you do a face reveal, I'll also do a face reveal.
That's not happening.
Ah.
Charles, you face reveal no matter what.
Hey, you don't know what I look like.
You're right. You could be Australian, you could be Asian, you could be Sean the Ginger for all I know.
I could be Sean the Ginger. That is very true.
I liked his Lucio, Sean the Ginger, by the way. That's what I'm gonna say after that. But I have a bad memory sometimes, Bambi, so probably don't remember.
So we're getting a little serious here. This might be a little sad sauce, actually. Rinswash, actually, is going to be playing their last game for the team tonight, and I have disconnected my monitor. I can't see anything, chat. Please stand by as I try to fix that. Yeah, Rinswash will be playing their last game for the team tonight. Let me fact check myself. But
becomes my
unless
favorite
I'm mistaken,
player on Rogue Knights, and it's their last game. That's wow.
Yeah, Rinswash has quit the league just to spite Wukong. No, Rinswash is leaving on deployment for the army in a couple weeks. So tonight will be their last night with the team. Rinswash is going to come out on their signature hero. And they've been on the team for 2.5 years. And on behalf of all of the Rogue Knights, I'm sure they'll be spending lots of time with them throughout the next couple of weeks. But I just wanted to say that Rinswash has been a keystone player for this team over the past 2.5 years, and everybody that I've spoken to has nothing but good things to say about them. So you're going to be missed, my friend, but we will be ready here, and hopefully Rogue Knights will have a championship waiting for you when you come back as well. So Rinswash, happy tour, enjoy your deployment, and we'll see you afterwards.
From defending the Rogue Knights' victory to defending the U.S.
Hey, we don't know what army, just a army.
That's true. To defending a country.
Yes, that is true. We really do live in a society, Wukong.
I know. We have people from all over the world here.
That's not true. Imagine being foreign, Omegalol. I could never.
Aren't you Australian?
I am from. I was born and raised in. Yeah, I am, Wukong. Don't expose me.
Oh, you were just sitting there, right?
Yeah, I've never been to a foreign country. Couldn't be me. I only speak English. I don't speak any other languages. Couldn't be me. Being multilingual. You know, actually, there is a specific word for it. It's called being a polyglot, to speak multiple languages.
What about if you can speak 2, but you can understand 4, and not speak the other 2?
Then just speak all 4. It's not that hard, Wukong. Just speak all 4.
Yes,
Okay? If someone with my IQ can speak 4 languages, then everybody else should be able to.
I can understand Portuguese, but I can't speak it to save my life.
Ay, Wukong. What are the languages you speak, Wukong?
Just Spanish and English, but I
Just
can understand
Spanish and English. Oh my goodness.
Portuguese.
Wukong, would you believe me if I told you I speak Spanish?
Yes, I believe you.
Why would you? That is a ridiculous
because
thing.
we played together and you were speaking Spanish and it threw me off. That's why.
I've been exposed!
Yes, little did chat know that me and Charles play sometimes, quick play and comp in the mornings.
Only in the mornings. Only in the mornings. Wukong has been teaching me how to play Diva and Mercy. Damn, Neo Golden King really exposing me like that. He said football when talking about soccer, bro. Alright, so we did say creative, and it is Hawk and Ball Torture coming out on the side of the Valks, as Rogue Knights are going to revert to what they know best, the brawl here, as Rincewash is now going to let the Genji rip. Bambi, let us see some Rincewash first person perspective if you can. Rincewash here, just as I say that, getting flashbanged. You know what? Switch the camera onto Rincewash, Bambi. I'm going to just commentate Rincewash for a little bit here, just to celebrate your time here in the Overwatch Oasis.
Protection. Book of Sorrows protecting his teammate from Eldritch pin. That was very nice. I was watching Eldritch third person, and that was.
Alright, so now Rincewash is going to back up here, just going to be playing a little bit slower on the bridge. The deflect is used early, choosing not to take that duel. Professor Oak getting taken down in the background. The dash getting to a very safe position, and now Rincewash is going to be forced to touch, getting the kill onto Pookie. And dash coming onto the Tracer as well. The recall is forced out. Rincewash is now looking into the backline, looking to finish that off. A little bit of help from the last round as well. Now, Rincewash is out onto the backline. They know that Mercy is here somewhere, and Ravioli Stain and Book of Sorrows is going to jump off the map out of fear as to what Rincewash is going to do to them and how they're going to be sent back to spawn. Rincewash now with the Blade online, Bambi, ready here for a big 6K Blade. Everybody in chat ready to go. Kuroi Star now with the Nano Boost coming close to being ready and online as well.
Seen Book of Sorrows has been sleeping Eldritch a couple of times here.
Yeah, when you have the hitbox, when you hitbox the signs of a Reinhardt, you're going to be slept a couple times here. Rincewash now looking for an opportunity for this Nano Blade. Looking forward here, not going to be doing anything crazy just quite yet. The Nano Blade, I suppose, is something you want to keep up. But remember, Pookie and Book of Sorrows here has everything to go. Rincewash, no! The Nano Boost is not going to be any use here, and the Nano is forced to go into Eldritch instead, but that might be too little too late. The red is going to come through onto Rincewash. The shatter is absolutely gargantuous. The rest there from Ravioli Stain and Fathead is now forced to pull out the blaster. The Doc with the Glock. Mercy of Fathead is always good for a couple kills here and then to clean up a fight. Now the Deadeye is going to come through as well. Not quite finding anybody is what we call in the biz zoning ult. And Pookie is going to be caught in the grab, and Eldritch swinging in is going to be taken down as well. A super scrappy fight. Last round goes for a swim. Find out that the Life Vest was not on. And we have Ravioli Stain here, back keeping Professor Oak nice and healthy here. Kuroi Star is taken down as well. And now the whole hog from Spooky Memes is deployed. I don't think anybody from Rogue Knights is going to be able to touch. Just say that. Rincewash on his goodbye game slashes down Ravioli Stain. What a blade coming through. The stall is in effect. Back getting taken down though. And now Rincewash in the thick of things, facing down a nano boosted hog in the form of Spooky Memes, then is forced to back out. So now we're switching over last round now onto the Sombra. Rincewash, of course, will be one-tricking Genji for the rest of the evening. Speaking of, the Blade of Pookie is going to come out. We've seen them get so much done tonight, and there it is, a double kill already, but they do get to get out from B, so you cannot deflect a lightsaber, my friend. Ampo there with a finishing blow onto Eldritch that should be enough to keep Valkyries pushing forward, especially now that Pookie is back in the fight. Such a good Genji player, has been so efficient tonight, really deserving a better result than what they currently have to deal with.
But the huge shatter from Eldritch again, and there it goes.
Oh, the EMP shatter finds. Oh, the EMP only finds Pookie actually, but no worries. The shatter finds everybody else. Eldritch, last round, Beezer are both going to get a kill apiece as well. Last round is going to get taken out, but that shouldn't be too much of a worry. Rogue Knights here with a massive numbers advantage. Prof Oak is going to eat a Bionade to the face as well before Fat Cat is going to just do a quick Moira default fire. Very skillful suck to get that ball chunked down to nothing.
Oh. FIFO.
Alright, the mines are going to come out. Not super effective quite yet. Rincewash is going to be on this high ground, biding his moment. The Nano is coming out, the Blade is there as well, but Rincewash, oh no, is going to get whole hogged into the mine. Professor Oak is going to pick up the kill credit for that, and now the Blade is going to come up from Pookie as well with the double kill. Such a, what a Blade, and Rincewash is incredibly unfortunate that Spooky Memes was ready to counter that Blade, as Neo Golden King said so widely in chat, he needs some milk. Oh no. Anpo now with a pulse bomb ready to go. Rincewash now switching over onto the Symmetra to probably counter Pookie a little bit, and Anpo as well. Those turrets are going to be super annoying to deal with, especially as Professor Oak comes through. Professor Oak here is going to be hacked up. He's getting chunked out to lots of damage. Kuroi Star is going to eat a pulse bomb to the face. You hate to see it, friends. And now we have a bit of a stalemate on point here. Both teams biding their time. And the Shatter is going to come out. You don't have any shields online, my friend. So when the Shatter comes out, you gotta, well, shoot the Reinhardt. Eldritch gets the lead from that fight. Rincewash is taken out by Pookie as well. Valkyrie now with a load of life in their legs here, pushing forward. Another hack coming up. Professor Oak is getting chunked out to half, but a friendly Bionade this time is going to keep them nice and healthy. Book of Sorrows is now ready to go with the Nano Boost as well. The EMP catches 4. It's the follow-up there. Well, Eldritch is so far, and Kuroi Star is going to take down Ampo. Eldritch is going to keep the card contested. It's going to try to zap down Pookie. Pookie is now have the blade ready to go. The Nano comes up, and it's the Nano blade. Eldritch, one dash. Pookie, a triple kill. Katana in hand. Kill feed full. What a player. What a display on Genji from Pookie here by the Valkyries on Rialto.
Score.
Is the other game started yet? Just wondering. Sorry if I'm diverting the attention from that.
Neil Golden King, I may or may not have. I don't take responsibility for caster cursing. Okay, I live beyond the realm of caster cursing. My takes are so brain dead and so awful that they're never going to be realistic enough to happen ever. That being said, hoping Rincewash claps back, now teasing us with the Sombra, which could be interesting. Spooky Memes may be in for a pretty rough ride.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Akatasha's absolutely right. That is very winnable. Neo Golden King, I refuse to own it. I'm actually super shy and bashful. So I have a lot of trouble owning things. I'm just, a bit of a... I just run around, I'm doki all the time, so it's really tough for me to be super authoritative and super loud and assertive. So I've been working on that a little bit.
So like a spherical cow.
rock is not going to connect here. Spooky Memes is going to be hacked up. Rincewash on the farewell display is going to destroy Spooky Memes to start off the point. The Reds is going to come up from Kursa onto the last round, but that's a really good start from Rogue Knights here, getting a kill early on. Alright, Beezer is going to take down Professor Oak here, as Rincewash is going to be just kind of run around on Pump It Up. Pookie gets a great shot there. Rincewash is going to get deleted. Pookie has, oh no! Pookie is so lethal on the Widowmaker. They went from playing Genji or Flex projectile DPS to a very mechanically demanding hit scan DPS, a very different skill set, but Pookie is making it work, and Eldridge is finally going to divert a lot of attention there to take down that Widowmaker, but not before a triple kill had come through. Ooh, a lovely hook coming out, but not necessary. Eldridge is going to get melted here. Beezer eating a rock to the face here. Pookie getting another kill off the Widow on the McCree, and still part of the kill feed. I just realized I was such a Ganito King the whole time. I thought it was Neo Golden King. I apologize. Toku is right. The accusations and about my brain size, I can confirm to be correct. I apologize. If it helps, I'm good at other things, such as absolutely nothing. As the EMP comes out, connects onto the tank line. Now out of commission for the bomb. The bomb is going to land directly onto Book of Sorrows. Things you hate to see. I'm sorry, my friend. Last round here with the focusing beam onto Pookie as well. The whole hog is going to come up with Spooky Memes. Spooky Memes is getting chucked in extremely low. Can they survive until they can take a breather? No, they cannot. Vaping is sometimes good for you kids, but Spooky Memes was unable to display those health effects. Last round just coming up the end of the Echo form as well. That flux not necessary. Pookie hacked up here. Rincewash is going to need to be very careful when challenging Pookie, because a single flashbang is going to end your day. Batcat is going to get taken out, the hook connecting, and Kuroi Star is left to heal the team by themselves, but not after that resident. High Noon comes out, Pookie with a triple kill. Absolutely unstoppable so far tonight. What a display from Pookie on the DPS role.
Very good on DPS. That my 3 years.
Ganito King, vaping is good for kids when they play Roadhog. That is the only time I think vaping is an acceptable thing to do. It also gives you a lot of ult charge, which is cool. But the best thing about taking a breather is that it also gets the enemy team a lot of ult charge, which is something I've been known to do as well.
Isn't he just drinking?
No, I prefer what I said. You might be correct, Wukong, but I still like my thing more.
Okay, I believe you.
Yep, that's the climate change debate in a nutshell. Last round there, getting rezzed up by Kuroi Star and getting out of trouble. The whole hog of Spooky Memes is going to buy everybody a lot of time, as Valks are now able to reset around this point. Rogue Knights have 2 minutes to continue their attack.
You play Reinhardt. Do you like this new skin?
Do I like his new? I'm not about the skins, I'm not about the cosmetics, I'm about those massive shatters! The EMP bomb combined with the shatter is going to be absolutely massive. Asco answers with a pulse bomb, but that's way too little, way too late. What a set play from the Rogue Knights.
That was a good transition there, bro.
I try my best, Wukong. You set me up and I slap him down. Thank you so much. Happy to have you here, my friend. Yeah, so uninterrupted here as they're able to just push through. Professor Oak with the flux online now is going to be need to be very careful not to have that cancel, but Rincewash, as I say, that Spooky Memes is going to cancel Rincewash with a bop to the nose. Melee is going to take them out. Anpo now taking the high ground as the Tracer alongside Spooky Memes on the high ground as well, set up on the bridge. Ooh, a great hook coming out onto Beezer, who gets chunked to halfway. A massive Bionade coming down. Fat Cat is forced to use the sound barrier to keep everybody alive. Beezer getting demeched here as the last round it answers with a flux of their own catching too. Oh no! The high noon is fluxed into the air and Pookie gets a free double kill. Oh no, Wukong, I am, oh jeez, I'm sad. I'm a little sad. Oh no, the high noon was fluxed into the air and Pookie had a free shot onto that backline, but last round is answering back, rivaling the performance of Pookie over here as they do manage to hold on further. Rogue Knights are just going to take their time here, just a little less than 2 minutes for them to push the cart all the way to the end. They are already behind on time back against the Valkyries. As a lovely little shatter comes up, but Eldritch is going to get absolutely melted. The whole hog of spooky memes is going to come out to counter that Earth Shatter. Beezer is going to get the mech as well. Could be in line for a pretty brutal stagger, if not for Pookie's Peacemaker Revolver. Getting a kill onto Kuroi Star as well. Pookie's absolutely unstoppable. I have run out of superlatives for this degree. If Prof is not going to set up on this high ground here, are they going for a... You have a big pile driver, not going to try to spawn camp the support, so we're just happy rolling through collecting that ult charge, and Kuroi Star is going to be chunked down low and hooked in by Spooky Memes. Rincewash taking out Pookie, canceling the high noon as well. This is exactly what they could need. Spooky Memes is unstoppable, setting up on this high ground on the bridge, getting so many hooks in, getting so much damage in. The one time Pookie doesn't carry their team, Spooky Memes is there with a double hook kill. Big slam coming down here. Big hook coming out as well. Now Rincewash is there to answer with their own high noon. Bit of a zoning high noon just to buy Eldritch a little bit of space. Ravioli Sin is trying to high getting chunked out solo, but they do get out alive. Bogasaros there is not there to keep everybody up. Ravioli stay now with the Valkyrie online. Oh no! Spooky Memes was cancelled out of the whole hog. It looks like Rincewash is getting so much work done on the last games for the Rogue Knights. We have last round rolling through and rolling forward, hoping to get the mines offline. They are deployed in the backline, and Pookie there now with the high noon stuck in these mines. It doesn't go down to them, but the nano boost probably is best used somewhere else this time. Pookie now slamming down on the last round. Rogue Knight trying to push forward in the overtime attack. Kuroi start getting the res onto the last round as well. A massive shatter fighting two in the backline. Eldritch converting that into a double kill as, oh no, just one for now as Bogasaurus finally does go down. Rogue Knight's here now in really good shape to finally capture this point. Professor O getting taken down as well. Can anybody contest? It looks like Pookie is now back on the Genji looking for a last second touch. Can they dash forward? They dodge the pin. Pookie is going to manage to touch it, but they do get beamed down by Beast's lightsaber. And now is Spooky Memes on the point, joined here by Ampo with the pulse bomb onto Rincewash. Eldritch and Rincewash though are able to get kills as well. Ampo getting so much work done, stalling this point as the Tracer could still be doable. Rincewash is now back. The Deadeye has now been deployed from Rincewash, not finding anybody quite yet, and the point is completed. Rogue Knights push to the end in overtime.
Score.
Ooh, Korean is in chat. Korean, I have something exciting to tell you. So this game today, we have Rogue Knights taking on Valks, and what's super interesting about this game is that it's actually a tier 2 game, which is the only tier of the Overwatch Oasis League you are the right SR for, because you place your ult and place yourself out of tier 3, and now we can no longer be teammates. But I'm glad you're here watching tier 2, somewhere where you can play Korean. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy you're here watching tier 2 Overwatch, that you're able to play, but not tier 3. Thank you so much, Korean. I'm a big fan of your work. Wow. Sorry, chat just blacked out there for a moment. If I said anything funny, just ignore it. Probably wasn't me.
DP. Oh my, it was. Korean is very, very, very good.
Korean! Korean telling me to shut up in chat. Korean, you literally just texted me that you missed me yesterday. That is, I am so sad. Korean, I take all of it back. Okay, one day we can hold hands and sail down the canal together, okay?
2, 1.
Alright, so it looks like Valkyries are going to set up with Professor Oak on the ball again. That Hammond is getting a lot of work done and hoping for some environmental kills on bridge section here. The rollout coming through the back line. Is it going to connect? Ooh, Eldritch is holding it at the end here. Spooky Memes going to get hacked up by Rincewash. They're taking so much damage and being taken down. Last Man helping opening up a huge chunk of this map just by taking out Spooky Memes. Oh, Professor Oak is going into the backline, getting hacked up as well, but landing in a relatively safer area. But all eyes are on Professor Oak, trying to get out with half health. Adaptive shields are engaged, and Pookie is going to tank that hook and is going to go down. Beezer eats a Bionade to the face, but that's not going to be much avail. Professor Oak is going to get hacked up again. You probably should stop playing the ball into Rincewash's Sombra here. Rincewash getting so much work done, but last round as well with the Deadeye ready to go now.
Oh, the time is coming down, and they are on the payload though.
Yep, overtime now in effect. Remember, you do not get extra time in overtime pushes now. So it's going to be super tricky here, as all Spooky Memes needs to do is to hit triangle and push them off the point. But just to say that, Beezer does the same thing, answering back with the whole hog up their own. Last round with the triple kill. That's another team with the signature. McCree carrying the team on their back with some signature plays. Last round is showing Pookie up, and Pookie is going to be forced to answer back with the Deadeye of their own the next fight. Looks like Rincewash has the EMP online here, so whatever Valkyries try to do to Rincewash is absolutely massive. It catches 4, but not Pookie. But Pookie doesn't find anybody. Pookie is now nano boosted up on this high ground. Can they get any work done? I don't think so. Eldritch going to take that Professor Oak as Pookie's going to take the Fat Cat as well. They're unable to touch. They reach the checkpoint, so they continue to push through Streets phase now. Valkyries with a absolutely ridiculous overtime push. Now are looking to try to complete the map in overtime with when they started with just a minute in the bank. We have Toku telling us that they were just playing with their food, and it does look like Rogue Knights have finally showed up to play here. So dominant, and just as I say, that last round is going to take down Spooky Memes. The resurrection is used for Ravioli, staying 30 seconds with no res. Spooky down, Beezer yet again, dying twice in a row. That's an F in chat. Back up with the res there. Oh, the shatter connects with the backline, but the tanks stay up. Professor Oak, I think the shatter animation landed right as the res came through, but nobody can touch because Spooky Memes hit triangle. Whole hog. It's a fair and balanced ultimate, my friends. And Valkyries do manage to hold right at the end of point C. What an overtime push from Valkyries.
Really, they gained a lot of time with just 1 minute. Like, they expanded that 1 minute into probably at least 3 minutes of payload.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. This all of a sudden looks extremely winnable. On the side of the Rogue Knights, they have a win condition on board. Before we head into this map, the rest of this map, chat, tell me what your fantasy picks for this game. I'm kind of curious what everybody put forward here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Rocky Top is right. Rogue Knight did survive a lot of ults there, but ultimately not the Spooky Memes whole hog. They did stay alive, but they did lose the point. Such a good ultimate to have. I think it's interesting that Overwatch has a lot of ultimates that are extra good in overtime. Sigma's Flux is another one that comes to mind.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay, so it looks like Rocky Top and Korean Wannabe both had very similar predictions here for this game, so Valkyries can still make your dreams come true. Okay, it looks like it's going to be pulled port coming out on the side of Rogue Knight. The first hook of the night is going to miss here. Spooky Memes not connecting there. But Eldritch is going to drop to a flurry of Anpro headshots here as Spooky gets a double kill. rivaling last round here as the best McCree in the lobby tonight. Korean, I'm neutral on your prediction, but I'm a big fan of your kind words for me, so give me a compliment and maybe I'll give you a real shout out. Ampo here just managing to barely dodge that hook. Beezer trying to get that confirming kill onto the Tracer, who only with that 150 HP is an easy target. And Pookie, what are you doing? A triple kill is coming out here. Ampo goes down, but now for the pulse bomb connects, and Valks are looking just as dominant as Rogue Knights did on their push.
Pookie is just having a massive tide tonight.
Oh, Pookie now finishing Fat Cat off as well, and last round is going to go down as well. Pookie, okay, Pookie, pop off. I got nothing more to say. I'm not quite sure what Rincewash was trying to accomplish it. They might have been split spawned, correct me if I'm wrong, Wukong, but yeah, not quite sure the intention of contesting there. Professor Oak is going to be stunned up, getting chunked down so low, but managing to just get back to safety, and that's going to be a lot of all-charge coming through. Now the pole is going to come out onto Beezer, who barely manages to stay alive, but that's still coming too late. The multi-core is now come deployed here. Now that we have OT on the plate, Rincewash takes down Spooky Memes. Last round takes down Book of Stars. Can anybody touch? Can Professor Oak touch? Barely, but they do get deleted. Rincewash with another kill in their final display for the Rogue Knights, and Rogue Knights take the series 4-0 here in the Overwatch Oasis League.
That's a very good last map.
Yeah, the last map, funnily enough, was where they were the closest, and Pookie repping the LA Gladiators here with an enormous blade. I believe, yeah, this is towards the end of their attack, and the nano blade coming out was absolutely ridiculous. Kuroi Sark just a little bit late with the shield bash there. Could have canceled it, but easier said than done. Wow, we have Crypto here trying to edit the score, but Nightbot completely ignoring the editing, giving the wrong answers out. Yeah, Crypto. Not only have the Rogue Knights won 4-0, Crypto has also lost 1-0 to Nightbot, unfortunately. So we're just now waiting for both teams to come out with their nominations here. Before we push forward, but if we want to talk about some MVP nominations early on, I think Pookie is a very good place to start.
I think you'd have to go with either Pookie or Rince.
Yeah, I think Rince started this the season super strong, but Pookie had an enormous display on Lijiang and Rialto. I know it's a little more difficult to recognize the talent on the losing side, but Pookie, to me, was heads and shoulders above everybody else in the lobby today.
Rincewash was my pick for an Eldritch on tank. In my opinion, from what I was
well,
seeing,
let's lock down the DPS conversation here. Bambi, I'm curious to hear more of your thoughts.
I'm saying, like, for me, it was just between Pookie and Rince. Like, it's got to be one of those two. Because, like, Rince, I believe, was on, like, the tour, which had many big plays on Hollywood.
That's fair. I think Rincewash as well.
I think he also played well. It wasn't, like, super, like, flashy, but he was key in shutting down the ball from just kind of doing whatever he wanted.
I agree. I think while the Genji was probably not what they were hoping for, Rincewash's Sombra was absolutely integral to making sure Professor Oak didn't do too much damage, and occasionally not any damage on the Wrecking Ball. And it looks like not quite sure if there are any nominations coming through, so we're going to keep pushing forward. On the side of the tank line, Eldritch stood head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah, I think you got to give it to Eldritch.
Fair enough. Wukong?
Eldritch, definitely Eldritch.
Oh, All right, not too much dissenting opinion there. And talk about the support line. How are we feeling?
That's a throw up there because I saw a lot of good support. Like Shaun the Ginger stood out the most in my eyes when his Lucio play in the first map, but didn't really see anything else after that. I was very impressed with Lucio in my first map though. Um, Ravioli staying, I think, on their healing part was very good. Their mercy.
Bambi, what are your thoughts?
The really just Sean, Beezer, Cat, all of them just played fantastic.
Well, that's very convenient, as those are all of the supports on the winning team.
No, that's not all of them.
I haven't read. Oh, and Kuroi, sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I can't read my own handwriting. I think Beezer had a lovely night as well. We saw them flex over, I believe, into the Lucio bunch as well. I think it's a toss-up between Beezer and Fat Cat with some pretty flashy reses. And I'm just going to...
I think I'd have to give the edge to Beezer.
Yeah, Beezer. Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like we have an agreement here. So we're okay with Beezer, Rincewash, and Eldritch with a honorable mention to Pookie?
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Alright then, there you have it, chat. That's the game wrapped up and set up. Don't go anywhere though, because on our Oasis Stream 2 channel, we still have a game going on, so go and show them some love. But here we have Rogue Knights taking on the Valkyries, winning 4-0 here, a clean sweep. As we start off with we bookended by very, very tense displays on Rialto and Lijiang, but Rogue Knights were absolutely dominant on Volskaya and Hollywood. On the MVPs on the tank line are Eldritch, on DPS is Rincewash, and on support is Beezer. We have an honorable mention coming up for Pilki as well, who played extremely well on the Genji, the Widow, and the McCree. And of course, Rincewash, thank you so much for your 2.5 years of time spent with the Rogue Knights. From everybody here in the Overwatch Oasis League, we are going to miss you, and we're going to be here when you come back and return back to your PlayStation, and hopefully your mechanics have regressed enough that I can play with you a little bit as well. From everybody here at the desk, I was with Wukong and Bambi tonight. I am Charles Tang. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.